Right, today's going to be a little bit of a busy episode. Plenty of results to catch you up on, a few little bits of transfer news. There's a match against Nice and a Europa League knockout draw. Let's get to it. Hey guys, Gamer James here. Thank you very much for clicking play. Welcome along. It's episode 17 now of this Marseille save. Things are going pretty well. You can see the league table there shows us in 5th place at the minute. We've got a lot of results to catch you up on. You will also, of course, notice that we are playing Nice in League 1 today, which means the group was done and dusted before the Roma match. So let's get straight into the schedule, shall we, and show you what has happened. So the last game was all the way back here, the Newcastle win, and as you can see, it's been quite good form since then. We went away to Havre Athletic Club and absolutely walloped them 3-0. Chochev, Ayew and Belhanda got the goals. We then had a friendly in the international break against Arsenal, which I didn't take charge of. My assistant did, but Remy Cabella and Esteban Goncalves, one of the youngsters. Obviously, a lot of the first team were away on international duty, so this young lad came in and played. He doesn't look like he's going to progress into the first team. If he was 15 or 16, then maybe there'd be some hope for him. But at 19, I don't think he's going to make the grade for us. After that, we were back in league action at home against Montpellier. Now, if I remember rightly, this is the game. Things were not going well at all. We just weren't creating an awful lot, and what we were creating, we weren't sticking away. So I made changes. I brought on Belhanda and Jordan Ayew, and then they proceeded to rip it up. Belhanda set both of Ayew's goals up, so it was just a tactical genius substitutions, absolutely superb. We then followed that up against Bratislava with a 3-0 victory, with Dembele getting a couple this time, and the Danny Da Costa scoring was his first goal for the club. Angelino's goal against Montpellier as well was his first for the club, so that was quite nice. We then went away to Nantes and lost 1-0. Very frustrating game. It looked for all the world it was going to just trickle off into a 0-0, but they managed to find a breakthrough 13 minutes from time. Really annoying result. But then we went away to Lille, and we actually changed the tactical approach here. We went from direct passing to a shorter style, and it seemed to work. We dominated the game. We won 1-0. To be fair, they did have a player sent off midway through the first half, so that definitely contributed to it, and it was a really good goal from Belhanda as well. A good finish from the edge of the area after a really good team move. But it was a really good away win because our away form has been really poor in the league. So then Monaco came to town, and now this was a huge match because Monaco are above us in the league, but Moussa Dembele and Remy Cabella got us the goals in a superb performance. So that just left us with the trip to Rome to play what was for us a dead rubber, because we'd already won the group, hence why Roma wasn't live com. But Roma needed to win to take second place in the group, and they did, and they beat us 4-0. Stephen Jovetic got a hat-trick, Kevin Strootman got the other. 4-0 looks like they absolutely walloped us, doesn't it? But you look at the stats, and they weren't that much better than us. In fact, for large periods of the game, we were the better team. We generally matched them, but they were just clinical. They just had Jovetic in form. I played Jordan Ayew. He got injured after we'd made all 3 subs, so we actually ended up finishing the game with 10 men. He had quite a few efforts that obviously didn't go in. It could have been a little bit different if Moussa Dembele had played, but I wanted to keep him fit for the game at Nice because it's a bit more important. There was a lot of different players in this match, so Roma did enough to finish second. If we show you the group, where were we? We were Group H. Let's have a look. So yeah, we finished with 13 points from our 6 games. Absolutely delighted with that, really. Couldn't be happier. I said if we got 10 or 11, that would be enough to take us through. So to get 13, just absolutely delighted. Absolutely delighted. It's real achievement because we were the second seed in the group, of course. And if we have a look at all groups, because we will get a second place team, or of course there could be one drop in from the Champions League as well. So that's there's AAB, there's Lechia Gdansk, okay, Shakhtar, Nacional de Madeira, Porto, Celta Vigo, Genk, Kasim Pasa. Who else have we got? Sturm Graz and Victoria Plzen. So, and Feyenoord. I missed Feyenoord out. So yeah, I'd be quite confident going through against any of those. So I'm really pleased. Because obviously, if we'd have finished second, we could have got Leverkusen, could have got Espanyol, Leicester City. So it could have been a lot harder. But winning the group, I think winning the group would mean that we avoid a Champions League team. I think I'm not 100% sure on that, but I don't really know how it works too much. But whatever, the draw in game is tomorrow on the 17th, so we will have the draw. So yeah, we've got a few little bits of transfer news. Couple coming in, couple going out. Coming in is one of the youngsters that we've had arranged for ages. Midfielder Lamine Ba joins us at the start of January. He's 18 years old, so it looks like he could potentially develop into something. It was just one of those to bring in. Wani Turbi is our big signing so far. Really happy to get him in. We're struggling a little bit for backup on the left wing. Now he is predominantly a right-sided attacking midfielder, but he's left-footed. So I'm hoping to be able to play him as a left winger and that he'll get used to that role and become a natural at it, because look at that pace. Absolutely pace to burn. Crossing could do with being a little bit better. 12, not terrible. So hopefully he will come in and do well. And of course, he could be absolutely devastating as an inside forward for the games when I'd go that way. Anybody else coming in this January window? Oh yeah, we've got this guy as well, Mustafa Sol, another 18-year-old African kid. Looks very good already at 18. I think if we can get him out on loan for a couple of seasons, he will turn into an absolute monster in midfield. So we've got a couple going out. Gael Clichy, he's coming to the end of his contract and he's on £82,000 a week. We're over our wage budget. I'm not going to renew him, so it makes sense for him to go. I'd be a bit disappointed because I was really happy when we signed him. He's had a couple of good seasons for us, but he's behind Angelino now in the pecking order. He's 33, so the plan always had only been to have him on those 2 years that we signed him for. We're getting a couple $100,000 for him. I just, wanted to get a little bit of money in for him rather than lose him and get that wage off the wage bill early. Stefan Sparagna, he is going to Club Bruges for 900,000. He came to me, said he wasn't happy because he's not playing. Does deserve to be playing. 23 years of age. He's decent, but he's probably not top quality. He's not the sort of defender I need to be building on for like a Champions League qualifying challenging team. So he is on his way. As you can tell, going to Club Bruges, he's not exactly making a step up, is he? So and the other one is Jose Morales, looking like he's going to go to Sunderland. I rejected the other offer because it wanted me to pay £17,000 a week of his wages. I wasn't doing that. So and it was to who was it? It was to Stade Rennais as well. So I wasn't going to sell him to another Ligue 1 club. So he is on his way. He came to me as well, saying that he wasn't happy. So he's 31. In fact, I think what it was actually, he got a 6.7, I think, in a match, and I said your performance was awful, and he said I thought I played excellent. So immediately he was gone. If he thinks a 6.7 is excellent, he's got no business being at my club. So what that does mean, dragging on a bit, this, isn't it? Is that we have brought up one of our young kids. He's just played for the under-19s today, so he's not available. Where has he gone? Seydou Maiga. Looks pretty decent, actually. He's working on his crossing in training at the minute, but he looks pretty quick. He's only 18. He does look like he's got some potential about him. So he's going to be in and around the first team squad for the rest of the season as backup to Sisto. And yeah, we'll see how he progresses. Just quickly then, in terms of the finances, obviously we're losing quite a bit of money at the minute. We're a bit over the wage budget, but once all the money comes in for those transfers and the wages disappear, the finances should be looking a lot better. So just quickly, in terms of Ligue 1 then, we are currently 5th. We can't go any higher after today's game. But Nice are really struggling. They've sacked their manager, they've got a new one in place. But they are really struggling, so we're really hoping that the new manager bounce doesn't happen today. So the team we have picked, we got Asmir Begovic in goal, who is now back from injury, which is great news. Danny Da Costa, Oscar Duarte, Doria and Angelino at the back. Lewis Cook and Ogajan continue their bromance in midfield. And then it's a front four that pretty much picks itself at the minute. It's Tovan, Belhanda and Sisto behind Dembele. One thing you will notice, Andreas Pereira is very close to coming back now. He's out for another 5 to 11 days from his broken pelvis. He's been out virtually all season. I think it was 5 months he was out, so he's been a big miss. We've got by pretty well. Belhanda's been sensational, and Pereira's by no means going to walk back into the team. But it's good to have him back for the numbers, because we are a little bit short, or we would have been had we lost 1 or 2 more to injury. So it's really good to have him back. Well, I like the press. They think we'll win. Obviously, they're just going for the fact that Nice are in the relegation playoff place at the minute, and we're 5th. But I'd be confident. We have gone for a counter mentality at the minute, just to see. Because with the new manager being in there, I'm expecting them to come out all guns blazing. So we'll see how that works. Okay, so we've passionately told them that we've been on a good run to go out there and impress me. It's gone okay. I've done the individual ones as well, so everyone's listened keenly. A few have got green, so I'm hoping that they will get us over the line, and Moussa Dembele can add some goals to a phenomenal tally that he's already got. He's on 19 for the season. I think it's 11, 12 in the league. So he's gone off the boil a little bit in the league, it has to be said. I think he's been stuck on 11 or 12 for a little while. So hopefully today will be the day when he increases that tally. Francisco with a free kick. That's a brilliant save, I think. Or did it hit the post? What a save. Here's Danny Da Costa and Lewis Cook. Ogajan forward to Sisto. First time to Dembele. He drives in, and that's a poor shot on his weaker foot, to be fair. Belhanda. Come on. Good bit of pressure, this. Don't know what he was doing there, but it was charged down. Here's Ogajan. And now Sisto and Belhanda. And Tovan. Where's Dembele? Tovan's gone for goal and he's put it wide. Where was Dembele? Danny Da Costa with the throw. So I took it off counter after about 10 minutes because we didn't have a single highlight. I've put it back on standard, and all of a sudden we are definitely on top now. Here's Tovan and Doria. Cook. Passing it around nicely. The change to shorter passing has seen a marked improvement in possession, obviously. And, Dembele nearly scores. But yeah, it has really, it's helped, obviously, as you can see, the possession. We're absolutely romping away with the possession. But it's helped with the chance creation as well, I think, because we've put it on to work the ball into the box, and yeah, it seems to be really helping us out. So hopefully that will continue, as Francisco with an aimless clearance. Angelino will pick it up. There's absolutely no danger here from Nice. They're at home and they are just set up to defend. Suppose damage limitation, to be fair, but we're not doing an awful lot to get through them at the minute. 25 minutes in, and it's been really dull so far, as Philip puts one way off target. Sisto will whip the free kick in, and Hassan has come for it and claimed it. So he's going to kick it long. But here's Ogajan now. And Cook, Da Costa. They are just leaving one up front and everyone else. They are set up like the away team at the minute. Here's Ogajan. Da Costa. Good header. Sisto. Dembele. Love that. It's his 20th goal of the season. And it is a lovely, lovely move. And a lovely, lovely finish. All right, let's hope we can capitalise now on that goal. It was a beautiful, beautiful move. Such a good move. Oh, Philip could be in behind Duarte. Brilliant tackle. So good to have him back in the team after his injury as well. Here's Tovan, Angelino, and Lewis Cook. Ogajan, Tovan. Passing it around very, very nicely here. Not rushing. It's just beautiful. Oh, Yedlin's headed it back across goal there. That almost came to Dembele. But we're coming again. Wave after wave. Here's Belhanda. Dembele. He's on his wrong foot again, but he's here. Wow! What a stunning goal that is. What a finish from... He's got to be one of the best strikers in the game. Look at this. What a hit that is. Oh, that is just magical. Left foot. So just need to keep a lid on it now, really. That's a good long-range effort. It's gone wide. We desperately need to win the game to stay in touch with the top four, because they, as you know, it goes. Oh, Doria's headed one just over. Oh, nearly three. Because of course, as you know, it's 5th and 6th are relying on the cup finals for European qualification. So if we don't win a cup, I mean, at top 3, I'm looking at the minute as another shot goes just wide. So just got a couple of minutes till half time. They definitely look like they've tried to... oh, that's an awful header from Da Costa. Phillips in, and it's 2-1. And why does FM do that to you? Max Phillips scores. I know those things happen in real life, but it always seems to happen when you're winning, doesn't it? You could tell from the setup there. I know I've got their team graphic up, but you could tell they'd gone attacking. They were a lot more advanced, and they should have done that from the start of the game. To be fair, we're going to assertively just tell them that things are going well, but I know you're capable of better, because that goal could really shake us if we're not careful. Angelino then with the throw. Here's Belhanda. Cutting inside, he's going unchallenged, and then Lusamba gets back to him, and here's Gilas, one of their subs. Ryan Gold forward to Philip. I think we're going to be looking at substitutes, and I'm wondering whether to just to pull back a little bit more defensively as Begovic tips over that miss-hit cross. Yeah, I'm wondering whether to maybe pull the attacking midfielder back down into a defensive midfielder role and just try and maybe see this one out. Right, so I'm just going to show you this quickly. What we have done is we've taken Belhanda off, and we've brought Chochev on, and we've moved Lewis Cook back down into defensive midfield. The idea of this is we've got, what, 23 and a bit minutes to go. The idea will be to maybe look at bringing in the roadblock in 10 or 15 minutes, depending on what happens. But I just got to try and contain them. They're starting to become the dominant team, so we really need to just try and contest that a little bit. So hopefully that will work. We just need to get this highlight out of the way, and there it is. The subs are made. So I've brought on Klosterman as well for Doria, because Doria's looking quite tired. And here's Cyprien with a free kick. That's a great hit, and Begovic tips it over well. What a free kick that was. So yeah, let's see how that goes. We're basically playing the same formation as them now. I felt like we had to do something just to try and counter them, because they are looking like they're going to get back on terms at the minute. Even with these changes, they're still looking like they're going to get the equaliser. They look the more likely team to score. That's headed away by Chochev. Oh, Cook heads it away as well this time, and Ogajan, Dembele's away down the left. He's kept that in. Go on, lad. Oh, great tackle, Yedlin. Tovan has it now, though. That was a great header from from Klosterman, wasn't it? Da Costa. Oh, Dembele goes back to Da Costa. Hits for the far post. Tovan. Tame header in the end. Angelino then. So it looks like this formation switch might have just worked a little bit, because we've started to get ourselves back into the run of things at the minute. Oh, Sisto clips on just over from the edge of the box. Yeah, so we've become the better team again since we've just made that change. Oh, what a hit from Tovan. And I think that just hit the keeper. I don't think he knew anything about that. Came through a crowd. Angelino. Dante heads a corner away, and Philip has played a great ball forward, and Rui Font's away, and apparently no one's going to go and tackle him, and he's put it wide. Long goal kick from Begovic. Wankar gets to it before Sisto. Oh, it's headed into the middle, and Phillips in, and Begovic has saved the day again. Right, so I've decided to do it. We've got 10 minutes and stoppage time to go. We're going for the roadblock. We are going just to shut this game down now. As it stands, I haven't conceded with it. I don't think I've ever played it for this long in one go. So really, really hoping this pays off. Really hoping this pays off. Also brought on El Kaduri for Ogajan. Oh, this has got to pay off. It's such an important win, and we just really, 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 really need the points here. Oh, God. They've hit the bar within a couple of minutes of us changing to it. Here's Yedlin. So obviously they're shooting from long distance. That's the thing. They've got no other option but to shoot from distance now, because they can't get in behind us, really. So, and hopefully maybe we could sneak it here. If Sisto plays it in. El Kaduri's headed it back across. Tovan was sneaking in there, and Lewis Cook. Chochev, El Kaduri, Cook, just passing it around nicely now. El Kaduri and Dembele. Sisto fouled by Gilas. Have we got a chance here? Duarte is going to put it in. Go on, clip it in onto Dembele's head. In it goes. He's looking for Sisto. Comes for Tovan. He's hit one, and it's a corner. While it's down that end, this is going to see us through. While we're down that end, they cannot score, of course. They've left 2 up front. We've left 4 back. Sisto taking all the time in the world to take it. It's gone near post. It's come back to him. And Hassan has come and claimed. So we've got less than 2 minutes of stoppage time to go. It's cleared long. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. I honestly think if we hadn't have done this, we would have conceded, because they were definitely in the ascendancy. They've won a corner now. Oh, we've got less than 90 seconds to go. In goes a corner, and Chochev gets it away. It has been. I mean, this should have been comfortable. We were 2-0 up and cruising, and then they scored just before half time. And that just really put us on the back foot for most of this second half. We did have a little spell, didn't we, where we changed to the 4-1-2-3 ourselves to match them, and it did seem to work for a little bit, but then they start getting back on top again. So I think it was definitely the right call. I'm no fan of formations like this. I would never go into a match to play 90 minutes with the roadblock. I don't think I could watch the match with that on. But there it is. We've got the win. But to see out a result, especially a huge one like that, I think, I'm delighted. Absolutely delighted. Again, it's another fabulous win, especially on the road, because as I said earlier in the video, our away form has been really, really poor on the whole in the league this season. So once we're in a winning position, if I can protect that lead, I will do everything I can to protect said lead. So what that has done, obviously it's kept us 5th, but we're just 2 points away from 3rd place Lyon, who I believe we play soon. But we'll have a look at that in a second. What we'll do now, obviously, we'll skip through to the knockout stage and see who we get in the Europa League. So excited. Right, so just before the draw, what I thought I'd do is I'd just go through the Champions League and see who finished third in the groups and who's dropped down into this draw with us. And it doesn't make for good reading. Group A, Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich have dropped into the Europa League. So you know full well that's who we're going to get. Basel have dropped, PSV Eindhoven, West Ham, who I believe are the current holders of the Europa League in game. Borussia Dortmund. Ridiculous. The top two teams in Germany have both dropped into the... How have Dortmund finished third in a group with Zenit, Ajax and Celtic in it? Wow. CSK, Moscow, Schalke and Lyon. So we can't get Lyon because I assume they have the country protection on them. But we can get any of those, assuming it runs like that. Yeah, looking at Bayern, they've just won the Club World Cup, so that's good for them. But yeah, I cannot believe that Bayern and Dortmund have come down. So when you consider the fact that Chelsea are already in there, and you add into that Bayern, Dortmund, Porto, West Ham, yeah, West Ham are currently the holders as well, and the finals in Dortmund. Wow. Okay. It's going to be an interesting draw, isn't it? Let's get going and let's see what happens. So the first team out are Shakhtar. I would take them. I would have taken them. Sporting. Pilsen definitely would have them. And they've got Spartak Moscow, AAB from Denmark. Oh yes, they were in Leverkusen's group, weren't they? And we've got them. We have dodged several bullets there. Celta Vigo get Leicester, Schalke get Midtjylland, Roma have got Leverkusen, Madeira have got AC Milan, Porto have got Copenhagen, Feyenoord, they will take on Villarreal, Lecce, that's Lecce Gdansk against Espanyol. The big guys are still to come out. Lille are away at Kasim Passa. Sturm Graz have got Chelsea. Genk, they must have one of the big boys. They've got Bayern. Still waiting for Dortmund to come out. And they will play Basel. So Moscow will play Lyon, which means PSV will take on the holders, West Ham. So that's a really interesting draw. And I am so happy with that. We got AAB. I'm still thinking we couldn't have got Bayern, Dortmund, West Ham, PSV. I don't think we could have got any of them because we won our group. So I assume you get protection from the Champions League dropouts in that. It's certainly how it looks looking at that. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. Hopefully that should get through to the second knockout round. All they wanted us to do was reach a second knockout round. So going up against AAB of Denmark, that I think is doable. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that. That's a quick look at their squad. Couple of guys on half a dozen goals, but there doesn't seem to be an awful lot there. What we'll do is we'll probably do a double header against these guys. So we'll have a proper look at their squad then and see how they're doing. Quick look at the schedule then before I sign off this mammoth video. I'm recording this now in half term. I don't actually know when it'll be uploaded. Probably about a month after half term, knowing my schedule at the minute. But I don't know when I'll next be recording. So what I'm probably going to do is try and plow on all the way through, and it might be the double header against AAB. To be fair, I might just plow through a few games off camera now, and and come back for that. But there are a couple of big games. We have got Lyon next, but it's too soon to be doing that one. Toulouse, I think they're second at the minute. Are they second in Ligue 1? They are, yeah. So possibly do Toulouse. Certainly won't do one before Toulouse. Could be as far as the Europa League. So we'll see what happens. But thank you very much for sticking around and watching that video all the way through. 3 huge points against Nice. and a brilliant draw in the Europa League. So really happy with that. Yeah, if you like the video, like the video. If you want to see more, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you again very soon. Cheers.